So, one of the things you'll notice about older hymns is that the language can sometimes get lost in the way English has changed over the generations. The example I usually use to highlight this is number 192, How Sweet and Awesome is the Place. Needless to say, Isaac Watts would have never used the word awesome. Instead, he used the word awful, as in full of awe. But the word awful no longer means the same thing to modern congregations. When we sang Immortal, Invisible this past Sunday, the worship team had a moment as we considered the lyrics of the fourth verse, wondering if we were missing the point in antique language. The end of the fourth verse says, "All praise we would render, O help us to see, 'tis only the splendor of light hideth thee." And the general reaction was a bit of a, huh? How does light hide God? Perhaps this is referring to like in Genesis, where Moses wouldn't survive looking at God's glory. Well, the title phrase of this hymn comes from 1 Timothy 1:17. Now to the King, eternal, immortal, invisible, the only God, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. Removed from the these and thous, the final part of verse 4 comes almost directly from 1 Timothy 6:15-16. God will bring this about in his own time. He is the blessed and only sovereign, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, who alone is immortal and who lives in unapproachable light, whom no one has seen or can see. To him be honor and eternal power. Amen. Notice that both of these sections are from 1 Timothy, and both times Paul appears to be quoting a doxology from the ancient church. So we can see where this line comes from, but what does it mean? Well, for the answer, let's revisit the beginning of John, starting in verse 14. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We observed his glory, the glory as the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John testified concerning him and exclaimed, "This is the one of whom I said, the one coming after me ranks ahead of me, because he existed before me. Indeed, we have all received grace upon grace from his fullness, for the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. The one and only Son, who is himself God, is at the Father's side. He has revealed him." Immortal, invisible, God only wise, in light inaccessible, hid from our eyes. Most blessed, most glorious, the Ancient of Days, Almighty, victorious, thy great name we praise. Unresting, unhasting, and silent as light, nor wanting, nor wasting, thou rulest in might. Thy justice like mountains high soaring above, thy clouds which are fountains of goodness and love. To all life thou givest, to both great and small. In all life thou livest, the true light of all. We blossom and flourish as leaves on the tree, and wither and perish, but not changeth thee. Great Father of glory, pure Father of light, thine angels adore thee, all veiling their sight. All praise we would render, oh help us to see, 'tis only the splendor of light hideth thee.